us, we base everything around 5 pillars. They're based on one of our players who was a graduate and was an assistant coach with the Humboldt Broncos and passed away in the accident of April 6, 2018. Mark Cross, and we use his last name as an acronym for what we're trying to build here. And it's character, respect, optimism, sacrifice, and selflessness. And we try and build that into everything we do as members of the York Lions men's hockey program.
I know we've had a lot of guys that have come, whether it's major junior or junior A, like guys have come in that maybe hadn't succeeded to where they wanted to in junior, but have come here and excelled. So yeah, I think it's just another opportunity for guys to come in and show what they got and keep developing as players. The resources that we have as far as off-ice training and development, whether it's skill development on ice or off-ice. With Jesse Cook here, he makes sure we're ready, whether it's in the summer with programming and making sure everybody's on top of their training that way. But then in season, I know I've really enjoyed and I've really felt that the strength and conditioning side of things here has helped me with my game and definitely our team game and given us an edge.
So we typically lift twice a week on a Monday and a Wednesday, following off on our weekend. We like to try and have something getting done every day for our guys. So we'll try and lift twice. Every day we're doing something. So on our Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're typically getting in some really good warm-up work and activation, some kind of power work to kind of get us ready for the weekend. Typically for our recruits coming in, we'll set them up with a baseline program to kind of get them set up and ready to go for the fall semester once they come in, and basically get them accustomed to our style of training. I think we do a really good job here with communicating with players, trainers, and making sure that what we provide aligns with what they're either doing at home or with past trainers. But the biggest thing we try and do is make sure that as our guys comes in, they're ready to be integrated into our full-time training with our veteran players. We look at different markers from daily wellness, sleep quality, energy level. We also do ongoing testing as part of our training program. So on a typical Monday, we look at things like our players' jump height using jump mats and their 10-yard sprint, so that we can kind of better track speed and power development as the season goes on, and look at different markers of fatigue to make sure that as the week goes on, our guys are ready to perform by the time we hit Friday and Saturday.
We provide services to the York Lions that are therapy related. Clinic hours for injuries, anything that you guys need to actually come in and receive our services for, we do that. We also have head certified trainers. We also have sport med docs, and we have a whole bunch of other medical professions that we can refer out to. Imaging is also done at the nearby hospital that we can refer for. And there's a ton of other stuff. We're here at at all practices, all games, in case of anything, basically. We're here to help you guys, help keep you guys in proper tip-top shape and keep you guys out on the ice as best as we can.
My name is Daniel Nikandrov. I'm an assistant coach with the York University Lions, and I also work in tandem with Rachel Dory on our individual development side.
I'm Rachel Dory. I'm the Director of Advanced Performance for the York University Lions. I handle everything that's statistic related. We track things that are game score related on a game-to-game basis and shot location. This helps us track how the team is doing as a whole, as well as how individuals are progressing. So in the past, I've worked for the Sudbury Wolves of the OHL, Hockey Canada. I've done some work with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and then recently I was full-time with the New Jersey Devils doing player analysis and statistics.
I played 4.5 years in Sarnia, half a year in Peterborough. I was fortunate to be the captain in Sarnia for a little bit. I came here with the aspiration to win a championship. We achieved that in my first year, and since then we've been working hard to get back there. A comment about being here: it's not easy to be here. You have to compete, you have to be ready to go. We take our academics very seriously. We're always one of the 2 top teams academically in the varsity program of the entire school. So you have to have a complete package. That is our goal here. Some people come in with that and they do very well right off the bat. Other people, we have programs in place that are going to help them. But our goal here is to develop athletes and adults that are going to take on the real world and make a difference.
Work with them individually on their techniques, their style of play, make small adjustments. Sometimes I have the iPad out there filming individual skills so that we can break them down in slow motion and work on development with individual players.
The way we usually structure our week, Mondays will be more of a split day. Our goalies will get work with the goalie coach. We'll have a skill session, and we have more of a compete session depending on what guys' needs are. Tuesday and Wednesday we have the mentioned skill sessions in the morning. We have 2 team practices. That's where we'll make the bulk of our adjustments. We get our compete level up. We analyze things. We go over our pre-scouts, our game reviews, and we see what changes need to be made. And Thursday is all about game prep for the guys that we are expecting to play the games on the weekend. I work in tandem with Jesse Cook and with Rachel Dory on both the physical preparation, what they're doing analytically, and a video overview of where we need their game to go. These sessions are pretty in-depth. The players get their shift sent out to them after every single game. It's up to them to review them, but we're also there to hold them accountable and make sure that they're progressing in the way that our program needs them to.
Varsity Athletics gym right now, and this is used by all York University student athletes, and it's only for student athletes. Student athlete body here at York is very closely knit. We have many events such as Lions for Lions that help us cheer on other athletes while they're in their certain sport, while also mingling with the other athletes. To name a few is the homecoming football game, where all the athletes come out and dress in red. We also have our Christmas sweater night for the women's hockey, and that's at the end of the semester, and everyone's able to let loose there and have a good time and cheer on the women's hockey. And then we also have our year-end banquet, which is another highlight of the year for varsity athletics, and you have our banquet, then we go on out after as a group. So it's been a great time mingling with other athletes and getting to know other people. We're all going through the same grind, and it's great to talk about it and connect with them on a personal level.
PAWS is an academic program we have here at York. It stands for Providing Athletes with Winning Strategies. And so what we do here is we match a upper level athlete with the incoming athletes. And what that does is just we provide them with strategies to cope with the transition from high school or wherever they're coming from to university life. What I do is I monitor my mentees' marks. If they have any questions about university, I'm here to help. They have my number, so if they have any emergencies or anything that they need help with, they can just contact me, and I can help them solve whatever problems they have. It's awesome to have this program here at York. I know incoming students, they may not necessarily know how to navigate university, and to have mentors and role models, I think is huge, just to show them how to be successful as not only a student, but as a person and as an athlete.
When you come to York, you have an opportunity to take the next step in your professional life. For myself, when I got here, I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do. I was an undeclared major my first 2 years. I took a few classes and decided political science was the best for me. there's a great culture here as far as establishing that education is a priority for sure. Hockey's important as well, but we realize that in the long run we have to take care of ourselves and set ourselves up for a career after hockey. So I think that we have established a good culture here where we help each other out with classes and we stay on top of each other for getting our homework done.
And you know, through junior hockey you get a little bit of cliques, like older guys, younger guys, but here everyone's working towards their degrees, and the acronym that we strive to model our team after is CROSS. C for character, R for respect, O for optimism, S for sacrifice, and S for selflessness. And all of our guys really do emphasize this, and they do live through this acronym day by day, and it makes coming to the rink really easy.
Keeping three things in mind: urgency, purposeful, and connected. So in terms of urgency, we're trying to teach our players, we need to prioritize what we're doing, whether we're at the rink or at home working on our studies. The idea is that we need to prioritize what needs to be done right away, and then attack it with all of our ability and make sure we see it through to the end. In terms of the being purposeful when we do things, that's more about paying attention to detail, making sure that we finish strong. It's very easy to start a project. It's tougher to keep the same attention and focus right through to the end. And lastly, connected. We want everyone to understand what we do, how it connects to improving themselves as an individual, connects to the improvement of the greater good, how it connects to the big picture of representing both our program and our university. For us, Wave After Wave, it's certainly what we want our on-ice identity to be.
Wave After Wave to us is everyone coming over the boards and playing an unrelenting style that never stops for the whole game. Each guy has their own strengths, and we want everyone to come over the boards and play to their strengths, which fit within our system. And if we do that for a full 60 wave after wave, we feel that gives us the best chance for us to win each night.
Our opponents, it feels like they're constantly under pressure, and they can't tell who's on the ice. We all play the same. We all with the same intensity, with the same structure from top to bottom throughout the lineup. But also, it's the idea that to be elite, to be excellent at something, you have to invest in the mundane day-to-day routine, and just that idea that it takes that same attitude day after day to erode away at whatever the path is that you want to get to in life, and keep bringing the same mentality, same mindset, same attitude day after day in order to have success, because success doesn't come instantly. Just wake up one day and that's what happens. It takes that wave after wave mentality to keep crashing at that barrier in front of you and erode it away, and eventually you'll get what you want.
It's not easy to win. It's a tight league. Everybody's 20, 24 years old. They're older, mature, but you still got to find a way to perform it as an individual and as a team. So it's definitely a good challenge to be able to show up and win every night and contend for a championship. Rookie year, we were able to win the 2017 Queen's Cup. It was something that's definitely pretty special to me looking back on. It's something I definitely want to do again this year as an older guy. It was a year that you kind of hear all those cliche things about hockey, about being a team, everybody buying in, everybody doing the right things, and like I said, you kind of always think they're cliche things, but that year kind of showed me that when everybody actually does put those things together, then you can do something pretty special and be successful. And especially in our league, everything's so tight that you need those intangibles and you need those extra things to kind of push you over the top. So it was definitely a pretty special year and a pretty special moment, and something that I'll look back on as a hockey player and as a person, and it's something that we're definitely pushing for again this year and moving forward.
Having been through it now, obviously, yes, the stars need to align for you, but when I think about our championship team and what we're trying to recapture here, it's an investment in doing something extra every day, and that's making sure that as simple as taking care of your schoolwork so you're not distracted by that when you're at the rink, to putting in the time in the weight room so that we feel like we have a physical edge, to employing a mental performance coach to give us a mental edge. I mean, ultimately we want to put ourselves in a position where we feel like we're starting the game with a chance to win, and that goes back to our daily mindset, the way we practice, to compete hard against each other, knowing that should make it easier to compete against opponents on Friday and Saturday night. And also we want people in this program that understand that personal development is important, but that investment in the personal development is from a selfless nature, such that they're investing that time in themselves, knowing it's going to make the collective better and give us all a better chance to win a championship at the end of the year.